just want to talk.
Welcome to We Just Want to Talk. I'm Debbie.
And I'm Mariam, and all we want to do is talk about Tegan and Sara. So today we're going to discuss episode 4 of High School, titled Welcome Home. And before we do that, we're going to just share
Talk
some of the
about
news.
Tegan and Sara news. Well,
Yeah,
let's say what day is today. Today is
April 22nd.
Yes, so whatever news until today, because I don't know when we're gonna upload this episode. It might there might be news until then.
Yeah.
So all of these news happened in 1 week.
But actually, yeah, like the last time we recorded, we didn't have any news, but in a week we have something. I guess because they're releasing junior high very soon, within a month. So we have some TikToks, right?
Yeah. But the most important one, I guess, it's Tegan went live with that Canadian artist that I don't know how to pronounce the name, so I'm not gonna butcher it. But she went live with this Canadian artist, and during the live, she mentioned that her and Sara were in studio recording
Working on new music.
songs.
Yeah, that are gonna be like published, not published, like out separately, not on a record.
Yeah, she said,
right?
Let me find the clip. She said like we have a couple of songs, they're coming out soon or something like that.
I'm really excited. We're actually going into the studio in a couple of weeks and we're recording a couple new songs. So we're going to drop some random new music and
music.
Yeah, and I feel really excited.
So we don't know what that means, like if it's a collaboration or if it's like just random singles. We don't know. We'll find out, I guess, whenever it comes out.
Yeah. And we also have some pictures with Sid. Like Sara posted
Sara posted a lot of pictures.
And this cute video of her playing Back in Your Head on the toy piano, and Sid was supposed to sing, but he was just drumming and, being excited. So cute, honestly.
Really cute.
Some junior high pictures, and on Substack, they're asking us to post some questions. So if you have questions, go there.
Tilly Walden she posted pretty much the entire thing on her stories.
Yeah.
It's like sneak peeks, but she flipped
honestly,
through.
I did pause and see some of it. I thought that it would be more talk, like more a script than pictures. So I'm kind of a bit disappointed.
It's a graphic novel.
Yeah, I'm obviously not very familiar with graphic novels, even though I teach grade 8, but we read novels. But
it looks really cool, and like the topics are interesting.
I like that.
I think it's
very interesting topics.
Yeah, for younger audiences, I think it's going to stand out. I think they're going to enjoy, reading about these things that are awkward and stuff, but in a cool way.
That's true. Yeah, I like that. What else? But I do hope that we get this experience also on a memoir. It would be nice. It would be very nice to develop it, and more adult directed.
Yeah.
Tegan posted some TikToks.
Yeah, she posted a couple silly TikToks. One about Michael Scott from The Office. He has a quote that he says, "I don't need to be liked, like my need to be praised." And that, like, Sophia, her partner, told her that's her quote. And
so Tegan's please go praise Tegan.
She posted one with their picture when they were in junior high wearing Halloween costumes, pretty much calling themselves losers, which was funny. And a clip of Sara and Tegan rehearsing, what was the song? Alligator?
For the tour. And she has posted, has passed on Substack for paid subscribers, even though this, I could assure you, this song is on YouTube.
The song is on YouTube. Forever. It's not new. It's part of a short movie that a friend of theirs did, and then they put a couple of songs by Tegan and Sara on the film. So it's not new, but like it's not known. It's a very, very deep cut.
The story of it is new because I haven't thought it's about that, even though we discussed this on the podcast before, right?
No, we only mentioned the song, but we didn't talk about. We could actually maybe eventually
talk about it.
Yeah, analyze it.
But let me
It's
tell you,
called
the
It Has Passed.
nostalgia, the fucking
Yeah.
nostalgia it has brought me,
Yeah.
because I remember that time, it was the prime of Tegan and Sara when this song was out. I just remembered the good old years. So
Yeah.
this moment has passed, unfortunately.
Our moment has passed.
Yeah,
It's
pun
the
fully
title.
intended.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying that. Well, there was a competition between Sara and Tegan and their babies. You know, Sara with her baby as a tiny doll, and then as an old man.
Oh yeah. On Instagram, Tegan trolled Sara because Sara posted a picture of Sid when he was born and then a picture now, and he's so big. And then she was like, he's gonna be carrying me pretty soon. And Tegan was like, she did the same thing with her dog Georgia. So that was funny.
Yeah. And they did on Instagram. Oh, and basically they lost their blue check on Twitter.
And but then now
there's a conversation that happened in Tegan's head, and she thought it's nice to share it. She says Sara told her that, and I bet it didn't happen. That Sara doesn't want to pay for the check, but Tegan wants.
Check. I don't know if that's true, if the conversation was true, or if she
I'm
made
pretty
it up.
sure it happened in Tegan's head. I'm pretty sure it did.
But I'm sure Sara was like, I don't give a shit about the blue check. So,
but she just added more.
Yeah,
because you know the whole Rihanna thing sounds very Tegan, like very 2009 Tegan.
That's true.
But today we woke up to have Tegan and Sara having a yellow gold check, and we don't know if they paid for it or
we don't know what that means. We're waiting for them to say something about it. We don't know.
Yeah, by the time we post this, we'll probably know, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were a couple of podcasts. There was one that they posted before with
we talked about this one, Debbie. We talked about the old one. We talked about it in the last podcast, in the last episode.
Oh.
Why did you post it on the updates 2 days ago?
There's a different one. There are two.
With Janet Varney, there are two?
No. I reposted it.
Okay.
Because Tegan and Sara reposted it. So I also did it. Oh,
got it.
I don't know if people understand this, but I'm the one who updates the Tegan and Sara updates Twitter. So
that's why we said you posted it on the updates.
Yes.
So Debbie does everything.
Kenzie and I are the ones who post on the
obviously Kenzie, Kenzie too, because Kenzie and Debbie do everything. The archives, they're basically Kenzie takes care of that, and there is the Tegan and Sara updates, Kenzie and Debbie.
Yeah.
And then there's TikTok also, the edits.
Me.
So yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I do? I just come here and talk, and I don't do anything. Debbie also edits.
Oh, I do
nothing.
Edit.
I don't even do the research. I don't even do the research.
Well, not now, because we're doing high school, so there's no research. Later on, when we do actual topics, I'm assuming you're gonna do research.
Yeah,
because you're really good. You're really good at writing scripts, so I think you should do at least that.
Thank you.
For when we have actual topics.
And then I'll make Debbie come here alone, and I will not talk, and I will not show up, and she will do the podcast alone with a guest.
No.
Just kidding.
No. But I wanted to say that finally Tegan quoted Tegan and Sara updates. It's the first time that she acknowledged the account.
Mm-hmm.
So that was nice. But I received 1 follower out of this. I thought like people would follow the account, and they didn't.
Yeah. Well, what can we do? I wish the fan base would be as thriving as 2013, 14, 15, 16.
I think that if it was an updates account on Instagram, that it would be more successful. But I don't have patience for Instagram.
Honestly, I don't think so.
Really? Twitter?
Yeah, Twitter is where the fans stand. Twitter.
Is it the most active? But I think the people who want to talk about Tegan and Sara are on Twitter, but I think people who want to know what's happening with Tegan and Sara are on Instagram.
Yeah, I just think that what happened is that those people who were there in the early 2010s are now old, and basically they're like, they care about Tegan and Sara obviously, but they kind of moved on in their lives, and they don't have time and patience to stay on Twitter.
And these people are on Instagram. That's what I'm saying. They would follow. They wouldn't interact,
That's
but they
true.
would follow the account.
They would comment. That's true. And even me, I've noticed myself that I'm spending less time on Twitter now, and it's so exhausting with everything around.
Yeah, I'm still on Twitter because I realize that I need to fangirl. I just have to.
Yeah, but you don't always tweet a lot.
For my sanity. No, I don't tweet personal stuff anymore. I go on Twitter to fangirl. That's it, because I need to like let it
I
out.
fangirl too, but when there are
both
like
of us.
news, yeah, I do. Like
Both of us.
with Sid, when Sarah posted Sid, I was very like fangirling to the maximum because Sarah being a mom is just for me. Like that's the ultimate joy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing that I want to say that we still don't have any high school news, but we kind of are 90% sure it got canceled, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't think we're gonna get a renewal of high school unless by a miracle. I'm not sure if they're gonna announce it's canceled or they're just gonna let it go, and that's it.
Yeah.
Nobody
We'll
knows.
see.
I was
I
very
remember.
upset, but I'm over it right now.
I mean, we have to accept it. What can we do? Literally nothing. We
can't
did
do
what we could.
anything.
We used the hashtag. We bugged Freebie. We did
I'm
what we
not
could.
even, yeah, I made an entire account to post high school edits, but I don't have the energy to do that anymore, honestly.
At this point, there's nothing we can do
Yeah.
except accept.
Accept the reality. And let's hope we get to see the actors that we love so much in other projects. Olivia,
I remember
Rayleigh,
I was gonna say, sorry to interrupt. I was gonna say earlier, I just have to let it out, that I don't post on Instagram so about Tegan and Sara, so I have TNS memes to repost every time we post an episode of the podcast because I don't have an Instagram account for it. So people on Instagram know about the podcast through TNS memes.
Yeah. So there's that. Thank you, honestly,
about high
TNS
school
memes. I thank you for those who are listening and interacting with us on the podcast. So I have to say that. If there's any topic you would like us to talk about, please do share it because we always forget after we finish the high school rewatch
series.
Yeah, we have do that. Well, we have junior high after that probably. If we have the books by then, we're going to, because we need to have the books and reread the books. So read the books, not reread the book. That sounds like I've read the book.
If for a miracle high school gets renewed, then we're gonna have like a bonus episode, but we're very we really think it's not gonna happen. So
yeah, I don't think so.
After high school, we're gonna come up with topics to talk about.
There are tons we could talk about. So if you have something in mind, if you want to be a guest, please do. We'll try to fix the times because the times are very hard for us sometimes.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. So let's begin with the episode. We have episode 4, Welcome Home, and it has two point of views. David, who plays their dad on the show.
No, David is their father in the show.
The character, yeah.
The person who plays David is Nate Cordry.
Yeah. So we start with that, and then we have Sarah's point of view, played by Susan, and it's a very short episode.
David's point of view is very short, so the whole episode pretty much is Sarah's point of view.
Yeah, and it starts with an outside spectacle or angle of his job, right? That's what he works in construction
sites.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. Maybe he's like a super or something. Like I'm not sure. But he works in construction.
Like he has a job and he's working, and basically it shows you him working.
Yeah, like project manager or something.
Yeah.
A friend from work is like, "Oh, do you want to hang out after?" And then he was like, "No, I'm busy." But
let me tell you something.
Oh.
Yeah, but let me tell you something about this. This is very congruous to the scene with Simone when she's at university, and one of the colleagues asks her, "Do you want to hang out tonight?" And she's like, "No," because she has work and she has to go.
She's busy, but he isn't.
He isn't, but I think aren't the girls supposed to visit him maybe, or
No, he just doesn't have anything going on in his life. Like which contrasts with Simone. Simone is like so busy.
Does it have to do with the financial situation? Maybe. I do think might have to do with that.
That's true. Maybe he doesn't want to go out to save money. Yeah.
Yeah, because he has
It could be that.
it just shows you that these are very young parents and their life
Yeah.
isn't like the people around them. They do not have fun. They do not go out like every other person that's in their
Yeah.
age. And yeah. And then it shows you him in the supermarket.
Oh,
And
so
he
maybe that's what it
makes
is. He buys a discounted cheese, price cheese. So maybe what you said is true. Like he doesn't want to go out because he's saving money because he has to. He's young and he has to raise. I mean, he's not raising the kids because they live with their mom, but
but
for
he
sure.
spends on them. He
Yeah,
does spend on them, obviously. He's
for
their
sure.
dad. And yeah, as you can see,
Like
he checks the
he needs to think
prices.
about taking care
Yeah.
of his kids.
But you also understand that's why the mom is working and studying and all of that. And because she's maybe the one that's spending more on the kids and bearing this whole weight.
But also
This is
maybe
very
like
interesting.
maybe Simone is the one studying and then like her job is not enough. So he's also working to, make it up. So both of them are
Obviously.
working
Obviously.
hard to take care
Yeah.
of the girls.
I mean,
Yeah.
obviously he's not gonna stay home and not work. So he makes the worst dad joke. You want to hear a joke about what? What is it called? A joke
Paper
about
towels. The girls
paper
like.
towels. Yeah. Never mind, it's terrible. Because it tears. And then the cashier woman, she just gives him the look.
Unbelievable.
Why does he give me Rayleigh vibes? Very Rayleigh vibes when she's on
I
the
don't
live,
know.
on
I
her
never thought of
lives.
it.
And then you see him at home with the dark, of course, dimmed light. And he's making a grilled cheese sandwich. Is that it?
Yes.
Yeah.
With his discounted price cheese.
And he's watching something on the TV. Is that a documentary? Please don't tell me that's what is it called? Animal World, Animal, what is
Animal
it called?
Planet?
Animal Planet documentary. Ocean Vessel.
I think it's probably it.
And then he sleeps with, this is a dad routine. This is a basic dad routine.
He falls asleep on the couch, watching TV. It's late at night, and then he hears a knock on the door.
And he looks through the thing, the eye, the door. And
I don't know how it's called.
Oh, it's his daughters.
Tegan and Sara. Then they're like, "Can you come in?"
Like, hi, Dad. And they're freezing. And we don't know what happened, but we will know through this episode. Okay, I need just to say something. These episodes are not directed. The reason why these episodes are different, 4 and 5, they're not directed by Clea Duvall, by the way. They have different, by something, Rebecca Asher, I think. She directed Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Grace and Frankie, and very known shows. They have different kind of elements, I guess, or filming. Like the filming is a bit different. You can see that. It's different. And I love I Bleed. I love this song. I love it so much. It starts with depressed Sara and shows you
this is this scene.
Very, very Bella Swan from Twilight when Jacob breaks up. Not Jacob, what's it called? Edward breaks up with her.
I made an edit on TikTok.
The seasons go. And shows you Sara with this blank face and everything is changing. You have her friends and she's depressed, obviously.
Life is happening around her, but
she's stone cold.
Yeah, she's
birthday. That's whose birthday is that? Patrick's birthday.
Patrick's birthday.
And there's Christmas and
so
this
also shows time passing because before it was fall,
exactly.
Winter, and then now it's going to be spring soon.
And now it's New Year.
And then New Year's.
So everyone's celebrating. You can see Maya, Tegan, Natalie, Allie, Lily.
Yeah.
And they're all on the couch. It's 1996 now.
Yeah.
No Phoebe because Phoebe broke up with her. That's why she's depressed.
Exactly.
So.
Exactly.
And we get zooming in on Sarah's face. I feel like she's gonna smile. She's smiling.
I'm pretty sure Susan was like trying so hard not to laugh.
Not to laugh, yeah.
Yeah.
And you see her in bed. She's very depressed with like no lights. And then Simone comes in and basically asks her if she's depressed, right? That's what happens in here.
Yeah.
Didn't this happen with Tegan in the book? Or is it with Sara?
More or less. Because Tegan was in her room, like in the dark, depressed and stuff, but it was Sara that came and asked because Simone asked Sara to ask Tegan if she was okay and stuff.
And oh, my favorite scene ever on the bus stop.
They're waiting for the bus.
I moved us here between the two. No, the snowman. We need to see the snowman. We have a very, very, very malfunctioning snowman. And Tegan is like, do you have a stick?
She's looking for sticks for arms. And then she's like, can I borrow your stick? To Sara.
She's like, what stick? The one up your ass.
It was so great.
And she's like, is there anything you want to talk about? Why are you so sad?
Sarah, so that happens. Yeah, so that happens in the book, but it's the other way around. And in this case, Tegan is asking because she wants to, but in the book, Sara asks because her mom asks her to. But I think in the book it's such a cute scene because Tegan is in her room and then Sarah's like, are you okay? And then Tegan's like, did mom ask you to ask me that? And Sarah's like, no, like your room looks like, like a suicidal teenager's room. And then Tegan's like, no, I'm fine. And then like the end of the scene is both of them going to the 7-Eleven to get slushies together. Like it's like a sibling,
like nothing
totally
happened.
A sibling thing. Yeah. Let me find now I want to read the chapter.
Yeah.
Suicidal tendencies. 78. And Sara talks to Naomi about it. Like, why do you think Tegan is sad? And then Naomi's like, don't you think it's because we ditched her?
That's at the beginning in the first episode.
Sort of, yeah.
It happens, yeah. I like how Clea and Laura merged all of these events in this show. Honestly, it's such a good show. Such a shame that it didn't get the audience.
So this chapter talks about Tegan, like Sara asking Tegan if she's depressed. Talks about Kurt Cobain and all the Bruce's dad passing away. It's in this chapter as well. And Naomi and Sara talking about Tegan and how she's sad because they ditched her. And it's a very short chapter, but
yeah.
And all of them are reversed because Sarah's the one who talks to Patrick, and she's the one who Tegan asks if she's depressed. So after the incident with the snowman,
why is he on the crutch? The teacher.
Why is he what?
Like he has a broken leg. Did you see?
Oh, who cares? That's not important.
I had a theory that's Natalie pushed him. 12 angry men and women and women.
Do you think that means something? Like there's a reason for the plot why he's in clutches?
I don't know.
I saw the clutches, but I was like, oh, okay, he broke his leg or something. Like I don't think it's important, but I don't know.
This picture. Do you see this picture? When I paused, please take a screenshot of it. This looks so good because that's what Sara was looking at. This is Sarah's point of view.
Yes, she's looking at Ali while
she's looking at
the teacher is talking with Natalie, and she's just
I doing her.
Every time Ali's on screen, Sarah's looking at her, like staring at her, not just looking.
Yeah. And then we go back to Sara at home, very, very sad. There's Tegan with the popcorn.
Tegan bringing food. No, I think it's cereal.
Oh, that's cereal, yes.
They're watching TV.
Oh, so do you see this? I'm not hungry. Come on, you have to eat. Sara doesn't eat. She's starving herself because she's sad. We don't have this in the book.
No, that's Naomi. Naomi that doesn't eat.
Oh. And the phone rings and she thinks it's Naomi, so she just jumps in.
Not Naomi, Phoebe.
Maya. Oh, Phoebe, sorry. Well, same person, but different name.
Yeah. But the thing is that they show how Maya's like, oh, I knew it wasn't Tegan when Sara picked up. Yeah. And Sara's so pissed. She's like,
Do Season and Rayleigh have different voices? Yeah, they do, right? I forgot.
When they sing, I have a very it's very difficult for me to figure out which one is singing between Season
Yeah,
and Rayleigh.
I can't tell.
More
I can't
than
tell.
Tegan and Sara, for sure. I
Yeah.
can distinguish Tegan and Sara like quickly. But their speaking voices, I don't know. It would have to show me.
Well, it really has
like
an accent,
audio.
that's why. Season's voice is deeper than Rayleigh, that's the thing.
Yes. Sara
Well,
is rereading notes from Phoebe. And
that she hides in the bear, the notes that she used to hide. We talked about this before.
What does it say?
You make me so happy.
You make me happy.
And there's an ocean and a boat, and
she calls Phoebe, right?
I think so, to hang out.
Sarah's phone is black, Tegan is transparent. But both of them have stickers all over it.
Remember how in the early 2000s and the 90s, how having your own phone was very, very special, like in your room, like it's like your parents trust you.
In the 90s, cell phones weren't. Oh, you mean
Not cell
regular
phones, the landline.
landline?
Yeah. But
I
like
had
you're always scared that someone would be here and you remember that.
Yes.
Listening. It's just like hang up.
Yes. And then it's funny because Phoebe tells a story, or she asks Sarah, "Do you remember when this happened?" And she mentions a Stacy.
Oh, and I need to ask about this. Somebody has to ask about this. Is this a story about really Stacy Reader? Because it seems like it's put in there. Like Stacy gets her hair.
I mean, people who are listening to this probably know this, but Sarah's partner's name is Stacy. And then when we watched this, we were wondering if this is like a real story that they just introduced into the show with the name, or if the name was just used just to like a Easter egg.
Exactly.
But yeah, they're on the phone, and I think they have plans to hang out, right? They make plans to hang out, yeah, like on the weekend.
Something like that.
Then Sarah's mood changes, kind of. It doesn't really change a lot because Phoebe says, "Oh, and bring Tegan too," because we can be friends, but we shouldn't, hang out alone anymore.
Yeah, she basically sets the line. She
Yes,
puts boundaries.
exactly.
It's like, all right, let's hang out, but with Tegan, because that means we're hanging out as
Just
friends, not as partners anymore, not as lovers. And of course, Sarah is very disappointed, and she's like, "Oh, cool!" And look at her eyes; the tears are coming out.
Yeah,
that's good. That's good acting.
Definitely upset.
Yeah. All right, so we have the school next day, and I love this corner. Why? Because on the wall, behind the cast, you can see the original cast names. Here's Royer, Olivia Royer. They have signed it. And there's Natalie, of course, going on about the play, and she's angry. And there's Ali just like kind of calm as she is. And
they're discussing
Ali and Sarah
they're
are
discussing
clicking.
a class. Yeah.
The drama class.
And then then Natalie is like, "Sarah, you've been moping around for months and we need to change this." But the thing is that Natalie got a part in the drama class that she's like so proud of. So they're going to celebrate. And then they mentioned going to a rave. And then Tegan's like, "Calgary has raves?"
Yeah. And of course, you should come. And, Tegan is kind of very like, "No, I don't want to. We're scared.
Yeah,
what if mom knows?"
Yeah, it could be dangerous and stuff. And on the book, they get into raves because, so in the book, there's Stephanie and Zoe.
Don't they put the pills on the toilet and they take it from the, like, something?
Yes.
Ew.
So they mentioned a couple of raves because there's the first one that they go, and then the other one that they get busted. But so the chapter that they talk about raves is called Let's Rave. It's a Sarah chapter, and Zoe and Stephanie are the ones who invite them to the rave, and Sarah has a crush on Zoe from the beginning of the book. You can tell, even though like she's quote unquote dating Naomi, she's very interested in Zoe.
Yeah, and you can see here if in this scene, because it's Sarah's point of view, you can see the way Sarah looks at her. So it's just speculating with her eyes. And like it's like you can't even hear what's going on. You can just see Sara looking at, like, the focus is on Ali and her red hair.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Like, do you see? It's like when you take a picture, the portrait setting, because everything is like it's like, take a look at when Ali is in Sarah's focus. It's Natalie is
blurry.
blurred. Yeah. So that's important.
Because she's focusing on Ali. Yes, for sure.
Unless when she like speaks and she takes a look at her.
Yeah.
So it was like, oh,
I love that part when she smiles. That's very Sarah Queen. But yeah, they convinced Tegan to go.
And Tegan consents because she has to take care of Sara because that's her job in the show.
Yeah, they decide to go. The only way their mom is gonna let them go to the rave
is for her to trust Natalie.
Yeah, because they want to stay at her house and pretend it's just a sleepover.
A sleepover, exactly.
And then that's a great scene.
And you know, Natalie just like fangirls over Simone, like all of us. And yeah, she represents the entire species of the woman.
Yeah, Simone likes her because she's very,
I think she's intimidated by her hyperactivity.
And which is Stephanie on the book, by the way.
I like this on the show. The body language of the girls matches the body language of the mom. The continence and the way they carry, like even the way they're quiet and like they're kind of calm. There's this certain calmness in them that you can see on Simone as well.
Yeah.
The laptop, I mean.
Simone is convinced, and then she lets them spend the night.
Yeah.
So, but she thinks it's just a sleepover on the weekend. And so on the book, when they go to the rave, it's not only like the two friends, it's all the group. The entire group goes. Well, I guess on the show too, because Maya is waiting for Tegan, but in the book, they are all together. They don't separate.
Yeah.
I think. I'm not sure.
And they don't separate? No, they do.
They do?
I think so. It's when Sara sees the girls Stephanie and Zoe kissing.
No, not in the book. So
she sees them doing that
at a party, not the rave.
God,
yeah, which is the same party with the thing that you mentioned
earlier. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Now I remember.
It was a party. So she sees them kissing at the party. Sara sees Stephanie and Zoe kissing in the bathroom. She walks in. Stephanie leaves, and then Sara and Zoe kiss in the bathroom, and then they leave the bathroom. Yeah. But so that happens at a party, not rave.
How do you remember? Why don't I remember? I have everything mixed up.
Because I read it. Well, I don't know.
I read this chapter a lot, but I have it mixed up.
We don't know when it is. You like, because you probably read it like separately. Like,
yeah. So here's the thing. Story. Here's the thing. This scene is not on. Is it in the book?
It is.
The makeover, it's different though. They put the makeup on them.
Right now they are in Stephanie's house, like getting prepared to go to the rave. And then the book, they go to Stephanie's house one night, or maybe Zoe's, one of the two, and they get a makeover. Like the girls were like, "Can we put makeup on you?"
Yeah.
Yeah, and
they tell Sara she's so pretty and like something like that.
Yeah, so it wasn't related to the rave. In the book, they go to her house and they hang out, but they don't go to the rave after. They're just hanging out. So in the show, they put together both, like the rave and when they go to Stephanie's house together, but they're not wearing makeup or anything like that.
Yeah.
They're putting on each other, but not Tegan and Sara. Tegan and Sara are not wearing makeup.
And they're given acid in here.
Yeah.
And of course, Tegan is like, no. And then Sarah was like, okay, give it to me. But then Tegan was like, no, that's mine. Nuh-uh. But we don't see her reaction taken acid. That's the problem.
We don't see Tegan high on acid on the show. That's really upsetting. Like, I really wanted to see that. Like her having fun and stuff like Sara did. That would be so nice.
Yeah. And I wanted a season 2 to see more of Tegan and her experience, but well.
Yeah.
What can we do?
Because imagine that party. It was Tegan and Maya. Like, I really wanted to see that. having
What did
fun.
they do? Like, what if they had kissed? You know, if only we
Maybe.
had a
We don't
season 2
know.
and they would get us back, like a flashback
I
from that time, I
I
would have
really
loved that.
hope if we get season 2, I really hope they do something like that and show us things we didn't see. Because,
We can, yeah,
this could really be like a thing that they did. Like Tegan was high on acid and then they kissed, but she didn't process.
yeah,
So in
yeah,
later seasons, they can do a flashback to that rave and then show Maya like processing. Like when they're probably like next seasons, Maya and Tegan are probably gonna have drama, so they have
yeah.
flashbacks from that time.
Okay, so we get them to the party. We get to the party in here, and it's very dark. Of course, it's a rave, and well,
So
the girls separate.
they get in, and they are very mesmerized about the space. In the book, it's Tegan's who talks about it, and she's really like, oh my god, this space is very welcoming because people don't really like. There's no judgment here. People are here just to dance, even though you can
Mm,
find all classes and all different kind of people there, but they're all there for a reason, and no one is like, because when you go to school, you're judged, like you get bullied and things like that. But here,
yeah,
everyone was just having fun. Like it was a very for them, it was very welcoming, and even maybe not the right word, safer
but it's not safe.
mental
The
health
raves
wise.
are not safe.
No, it's not safe because of drugs, but it's safer for their like inner
Yeah.
soul. Like they feel like they belong and stuff, which in school they don't. Like when I saw this scene, that's what I remembered from the book. They get in and they're like, wow, like they're queer people here. Everyone is just dancing. No one is looking at them being like, oh my God, what are you doing? How it would happen outside of this
Yeah.
space.
Nobody judges that, and it's important for
Exactly.
Sarah, of course, because it's something that she deals with, that the way that people might look at her. And
Yeah.
that's her internal homophobia.
Yeah.
That basically stopped her from a lot in the past, and when she was a teenager, of course.
Yeah.
And you see Sarah here, she takes the pill,
So
and yeah,
before they got in, Tegan is about to take the pill, and then Sarah says, okay, you do it first, and then I make sure you're okay before I do. And then
oh,
once Sarah gets in, then she takes the pill because Tegan finds Maya and
mm.
separates herself from Sarah. So she's like, okay, she's on her own.
And well, she gets on an acid trip, but here's the thing, we don't know if what Sarah sees in this scene is reality or her imagination,
She
because
doesn't know
again,
herself. Yeah.
you have the queer gaze at its fullest basically in this scene. And basically she
Mm-hmm.
sees people dancing, and then there is Natalie and Ali, they invite her in. And there's this music, the lights, and Sarah in half sleeves, and she's just dancing. She
At the
just
beginning, she's very
watches. She's
shy.
happy.
Yeah, she doesn't
She's
want to
ha
do it, but then
Yeah,
the girls help her let loose, and she
yeah, and she's
dances, and
jumping.
she's generally happy, like she's enjoying herself and stuff.
Yeah. I made a TikTok about this one.
Yeah.
And it's okay, now this is how we know it's the acid has worked. This slow-mo with a zoom in.
Mm-hmm.
Now Sarah is in
Yeah, she
cloud nine.
realizes she realizes she loses track of time and
Yeah.
space
And
because
she's not next to Ali, and
and
you see
she's
fear.
sweating.
She's
She's
sweating,
sweating.
and fear is on her eyes because she's
Yeah,
alone,
she's
and
alone.
she's looking for Ali and Natalie, and they're not there. Oh, I love this scene so much. And
And this is the scene that Tegan Quinn, real life Tegan, almost was part of. Oh no,
yeah,
it wasn't this one, sorry. It was the concert.
concert one.
Yeah, so here's the part where she sees like the space where like all kinds of people are here and no one is like,
Yeah.
even
And then
like looking. Yeah, she's looking for Natalie and
she sees them
Allie.
making out. She sees them making out basically.
Yeah, but because she's high on acid, she doesn't know if it's true. But that's inviting because she's like, oh, I like this girl, and if she's queer, uh-oh.
That's cool. Yeah. Like she's, oh, the new Phoebe. And then Natalie, just we don't know by the way if this happens or not, because she's on acids and this is her point of view. So maybe she's imagined this has happened. We don't know anything. And then Natalie tells her, your dance moves were transcendent, and Sarah thinks she's making fun of her. She's like, no, I will never make fun of you. I love this.
Yeah.
And
That
then
is great.
you have this entire like full minute of
ultimate queer gaze.
queer gaze, yeah. Ali looking at Sarah and Sarah looking at Ali, and then Ali comes towards Sarah and you think they might kiss or something, but she just looks at her.
But
They
that's the
gaze at
thing
each
about
other.
that's the thing about the book too. Sarah in the book, she's like, I want girls to kiss me, but I don't want to be the one to
Yeah,
start. So
it's just
so in this scene you can see Sarah is looking at Ali like in anticipation. She really wants to be kissed, but if Ali doesn't do it, she's not gonna do it. You know what I mean? But she
exactly,
wants
yeah.
to. She wants to.
Of course,
She's
yeah. And
expecting
by
it.
the way, I think even in the show, if you notice, most of the kisses are initiated by Phoebe,
Other
not
people.
Sarah.
Yes, exactly.
Sarah never initiates, by the way, a kiss on the show at all. It's always Phoebe grabbing her face and kissing her.
Exactly.
So it's always her, that shows her fear. And basically, Ali just goes away, and there is Sarah alone. And then this scene on the bus is very nice also, because you can see the intimacy and the desire that both Ali and Sarah have through the touching of the knees.
Yeah, and
Such a queer thing.
and
It's
this
such a
is
lesbian thing.
it's a also a teenage thing. You know, like you don't talk, you
Yeah.
just
No, it's a queer thing, trust me.
well, also.
Yeah. We don't talk, we just touch
Exactly.
some knees. And then there is, of course, Natalie Hyper, as usual. She's talking, and the girls are supposed to
They're
sleep over. They had a
they're
really good
walking back to
time.
Natalie's house and Natalie is trying to figure out the
Who's gonna sleep with
sleeping
who? Sleeping situation.
situation. And then in the end, they decide that Sarah and Ali are going to sleep on the same bed, and then Natalie and Tegan are going to sleep in a different room in another bed.
Yeah. Of
And Sarah's like,
course,
okay, fine. And Allie's like, yeah, sure, like no big deal. But we know that
they're
they're both like,
happy. Yeah.
oh.
But oh shit, what will
But
happen?
when they get there, busted, Simone's car is outside waiting for them. They get busted. And that happens in the book as well. But in the book, they get home and they see their dad's car waiting for them. And
Yeah.
that's how they find out that they got busted.
It was their dad's car, yes, waiting for them. But in here, their mom gives them this really like hard talk, and she loses her shit in the car. And
Oh
they
yeah.
fight.
That doesn't happen in the book at all.
Yeah, and that's
And I don't
basically
think
one of
I
the
don't think
scenes
that
that
happened.
Tegan and Sarah didn't want to add on the show, but Clea wanted for a dramatic.
I don't think
Um,
that happened in real life either.
it might have. It might have, but they didn't want to put it on the book. It might have in the earlier
It might, yeah.
scripts. So it
But
might have been earlier.
they never confirmed. They only said that
They
they
will
didn't want
not.
the scene.
They will not because it might make their mom look bad. But their mom, basically in here in the show, she's like, I don't want to be like, you know, mature about this or a good daughter. I don't want to be a mother right now. So get out of the car. Something like that.
Yeah, she thinks she's being manipulated by Tegan and
Manipulated.
Sarah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, she was manipulated by them, obviously. They lied to her.
But like what she means is that Simone is upset and then she tells them you exploited a relationship like the way that you were getting closer to lie to me because I was happy that you guys were hanging out together. And she said like we exploited this and lied to me. And then Sarah's like, no, that's not what it is. We just wanted, to have fun. And then yeah, so Simone is fed up because Sarah was like, can you calm down? And then Simone is like, she she stops the car and then she's like, get out right now.
Basically. And she kicks them out of the car. And basically, she doesn't get them out of the car to walk in this cold because to walk home. It's just that it's basically a few minutes away from their dad's house. She can't take it anymore. She wants their dad to deal with them now.
Yeah.
And that's understandable because moms can do everything on their own,
Yeah, for sure.
And this gets us back to the same circle of when basically David says, well, no, he can't go out. He has some plans, but he really doesn't. Like you can see that he really doesn't. He doesn't even have to father. And then, well, now you have to. So there you go. These are your girls. So it shows you that it's only the mother that's kind of mothering the situation.
Yeah,
And
she's like
she's putting off plans because of like work and her daughters, but he's basically putting off plans because financial situation maybe, depression maybe.
Yeah.
And we go one
But I
circle
think
back. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're back to the first scene where they arrive, but I wanted to say that like the fact that Simone is so tired and stuff, but she still has the option to do this. Because imagine if their dad was like totally not in the picture.
Yeah, you know? Exactly.
So that's how the dynamic works with them and the girls. But he definitely, like, Simone is definitely the one who is like, raising them on the day-to-day basis, but the dad is there, as a backup. He's there. He's not like going anywhere. You know what I mean?
I understand. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the episode.
Yeah. Is this the shortest?
It's the shortest episode, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
It is. Okay, so this episode is titled Welcome Home. Is it because they go back, they visit their dad? Why is it titled Welcome Home? What do you think so?
It could be a lot of things. It could be like Sara. I don't know. I think it's because
maybe this song, Welcome Home, is dedicated to their dad and mom, because there's a trivia and quote. Well, we're discussing this song right today, and it's a Tegan song, and it's not a high school song.
I think because their dad's home is also home. So welcome home, I think.
Yeah. But we're discussing Welcome Home today by Tegan and Sara, and it's a song basically written by Tegan and appears in Under Feet Like Ours, their first studio album. And in 2001 or 2000? No, 1990.
Under Feet Like Ours is 1999.
99. So right, very fresh, right out of high school. Right.
Yes.
So they might have written it when they were in high school. So
either in high school or like right after they were graduated.
It's not on any of the demos, right? Not on the red, orange, yellow demo. No,
I don't think so.
So yeah, before we discuss the song, there is this quotation by Tegan.
The quotation is from 2001.
Yeah,
that's why you got
confused. Find it on the archive.
TeganandSaraArchive.com.
Yeah. And it says this is called the car song. I play it. I don't really even like the song that much anymore. But when we recorded it, we went away right away after we recorded the album. And my dad phoned me and we had cello on it. And he was like crying. My dad is not like an emotion person. And he's like, it's so beautiful, babe. And I was like, my dad just called me babe. Anyway, I wonder why it made him cry. I wonder if they used it because it has to do with their dad, and this is the episode that the dad appears for the first time. So
it could be.
Yeah.
And we were talking earlier about the song. It says there's only guitar and cello, so it's a very like slow song, very beautiful, very.
I always compare it to My Number because I thought it's about Jeremy.
The
so
theme,
maybe it's about that.
The theme could be similar because she's talking about herself and to other people, and My Number is also kind of like that. But when I like the first time I heard it and stuff, I thought about their parents, but I don't know, the things she's talking about are very personal. It's not like
God knows.
She could be talking about herself and other people in a relationship, but it could be also be projecting the relationship outside of herself, which in my head was about their parents, or maybe even her mom and Bruce, not her dad. But I don't know,
because that's when they broke up also. Very
yeah.
And they break up during that time?
Exactly. They broke up. They were in end of high school.
I was very sure there is a Welcome Home post on Substack. I'm searching, but I can't find it.
Substack?
Yeah. Oh, they posted once.
If anything, she just mentions the song. She doesn't analyze it or anything, for sure.
No, she didn't analyze it, but I remember like the title was Welcome Home. I think maybe it had to do with the high school filming, and maybe Sarah used it anyway when she's back to
I don't think they
Calgary,
did. This
maybe.
song is a very deep cut.
I'm pretty sure I remember something like that because I was very like kind of
Maybe it
weirded
was a
out.
different song. I don't remember.
Sure.
You know what I think it is? I think it's
Mm-mm.
exactly what we talked about. I think this is about Bruce because they mentioned when Sonia and Bruce break up, Bruce takes them out to eat and they have a conversation. And I think a lot of the stuff that she talks about in the song is like maybe the conversation that he had with them,
Yeah.
you know? Because
Yeah.
because he's not their dad, but he's family still.
His
So
family, and they
yeah,
truly
exactly. So
appreciate him.
even after their mom breaks up with him, he's still in their life, you know.
Yeah.
So I think maybe that's what the song is about.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Are we gonna read the song and analyze it? Or
Didn't we
that's
just do
it?
that?
Yeah, we don't
You
need
mean
to
the
do that. Yeah.
lyrics, like lyric by
I don't
lyric? Do you
think
want to do?
no, I don't think we should do that.
Okay, I think that's it.
Tell us
Yes,
what you think that song is about. And I wonder if maybe we should ask Tegan about it. I wonder if she still hates it. Like that's in 2001 and she
I
says I
don't
don't like it.
think I think like the last time she played it was in like 2001 or 2 and never again, and she doesn't even remember the song. Like she remembers the name for sure, but like
We should like
I
asking
don't
her
think it's a
that
song
instead of
she would
Slack.
ever play again. It's so not what she does now.
Yeah. I don't know. But it reminds me of my number a lot. So
Hmm.
what's your favorite lyric out of this song? And if you know what is it about, please do tell us. Or if you have any speculation, who or what is it about? And also, what's your favorite episode of high school? That's important. And see you or talk to you next time with episode 5. We're almost done. We're halfway through high school, so we have 4
Did you
more
tell them
episodes.
where they can find us? You always forget.
No. Yeah, I always forget. Well, you can find us on Twitter at
Wanna talk TNS pod.
Wanna Talk TNS Pod. You can find Debbie on Twitter at
Not TNS lyrics.
And on TikTok, you can find her at Proko Debbie.
Mm-hmm.
And you can also find her on TNS Updates.
Yes, that is me.
Yeah.
And Kenzie.
And Kenzie, of course. And you can also find Kenzie on teganandsayararchives.com. That's where we get our information, the lyrics, everything. Thank you, Kenzie. And you can find me on I forgot my
You can find Mariam at Inflated Gravy on
That's
Twitter.
where I post TNS and some other stuff. Like that's where I fangirl. That's not my personal
Exactly.
Twitter. And yeah, that's it.
Oh, I wanted to say that like I realized that we interrupt each other a lot, but that's just a conversation here, so don't take it too seriously.
I don't think they do.
Not you, I mean the listener.
I don't think they do. Why are you worried about that?
I don't know. It's just me overthinking.
Anyway, next
Exactly.
time, think of the question that I asked you at the beginning. If you have any topic you would like to talk about after we finish the high school series, so please tell us. And if you'd like to be a guest, so we can put you on the list. We have a huge list of guests that want to be on the show.
We have a list. We're so famous. We have a list of people that want to be on the podcast. but we want to finish high school before we do that. So
Okay, see ya.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye.